trans-Tasman showdown delayed as Rugby World Cup 2027 opts for softer opening weekend. The 2027 Rugby World Cup will not burst into life with a seismic trans-Tasman clash between Australia and New Zealand that many supporters, broadcasters, and pundits had hoped for, after tournament organizers confirmed a far more measured opening schedule for the global showpiece. Following the pool stage draw conducted in December, speculation had been rife that the hosts' opening match would be a blockbuster encounter against the All Blacks, a fixture guaranteed to ignite interest across both hemispheres and set the tone for the tournament. Instead, Rugby Australia and World Rugby have opted for a cautious start, prioritizing accessibility and logistics over immediate drama. Australia will officially kick off their home World Cup against Hong Kong, China in Perth on October 1st, while New Zealand begin their campaign a day later against Chile at the same venue. The decision means the fiercest rivalry in international rugby will be postponed until the second round of fixtures, dampening expectations of a high-octane opening weekend, but a conservative opening by World Cup standards in contrast to previous tournaments, which have often opened with heavyweight clashes designed to capture global attention. The 2027 edition appears structured to ease fans into the competition. Australia's curtain raiser against tournament debutantes Hong Kong, China is unlikely to challenge the Wallabies competitively, though it will undoubtedly provide a moment of immense pride for the Asian nation. The All Blacks opener against Chile follows a similar pattern. Chile impressed many on debut at the 2023 Rugby World Cup with their spirit and ambition, but they remain a developing side still some distance from consistently troubling the elite nations. France and England, two of the sport's traditional heavyweights, will also begin their campaigns on the Saturday, taking on the USA and Tonga respectively. While those fixtures offer intrigue in different ways, particularly England's clash with a physically confrontational Tonga side, they're unlikely to shape qualification outcomes in a meaningful sense. Instead, the opening round is designed to establish momentum, manage player welfare, and allow host venues to ease into the operational demands of a month-long tournament. Early matches with genuine consequence, while the headline fixtures may lack immediate jeopardy, the opening weekend is not entirely devoid of competitive significance. Two encounters, in particular, stand out as potentially pivotal. Japan's meeting with Samoa promises to be a defining contest in their pool. Japan's tactical discipline and speed up against Samoa's raw power and physicality makes for a compelling stylistic contrast, and the result could ultimately determine which side progresses to the knockout stages. Similarly, South Africa's clash with Italy carries more weight than might be assumed at first glance. Italy have made steady improvements over recent seasons and will view this match as an opportunity to test themselves against the reigning champions. While an upset remains unlikely, the Springboks will be wary of complacency in what could be a bruising early examination. These fixtures underline that while the tournament may start gently at the top end, qualification battles further down the pools will be fiercely contested from the outset. Trans-Tasman rivalry takes center stage in round 2. The fixture everyone has circled in red ink will take place on Saturday, October 9th, when Australia and New Zealand finally lock horns at Perth Stadium in what is expected to be the most watched pool stage match of the entire tournament. Scheduled for a 17:10 local kickoff, the match will serve as the first genuine measuring stick for both teams. For the Wallabies, it represents an opportunity to lay down a marker in front of a home crowd and reassert themselves after a turbulent few years. For the All Blacks, it is a chance to remind the rugby world of their enduring pedigree on Australian soil. The ramifications extend far beyond pride. The outcome could determine quarterfinal matchups, with the loser potentially facing South Africa at the earliest knockout stage, a scenario neither side will relish. That same weekend also features Ireland's meeting with Scotland in Perth, a fixture that will capture attention but is unlikely to threaten Ireland's progress. While Scotland have proven capable of challenging the top nations on their day, the format and pool composition mean that genuine elimination pressure is unlikely to materialize until later in the tournament, but a pool stage light on jeopardy. The broader structure of the pool phase suggests a tournament designed to ensure the sport's biggest brands reach the knockout rounds with minimal risk. With the expanded format and the introduction of a round of 16 stage, The margin for error for top-tier nations has been significantly reduced as a result. Many pool matches appear to function more as exhibitions than elimination contests. While these games will offer valuable exposure and experience for emerging nations, they're unlikely to deliver the drama traditionally associated with Rugby World Cup group stages. Even the final weekend of pool fixtures may struggle to generate decisive moments. England versus Wales and Argentina against Fiji are the standout contests, but both are expected to be played with qualification already secured, limiting the stakes involved. This structure represents a clear philosophical shift from previous tournaments, where brutal pools often eliminated strong teams prematurely. Scotland's experiences in 2019 and 2023, where narrow defeats consigned them to early exits despite competitive performances, appear to have influenced the thinking behind the current format. World Rugby's intent, protection of elite nations, the underlying intent of the 2027 format, is difficult to ignore. World Rugby has prioritized commercial stability and global visibility, ensuring that marquee teams remain in the tournament deep into the knockout stages. From a business perspective, the approach is understandable. Television audiences, sponsorships, and ticket sales benefit from familiar faces appearing in the latter rounds. From a sporting standpoint, however, the loss of early jeopardy risks dulling the competitive edge that has defined previous World Cups. For nations such as Scotland, the expanded safety net removes the fear of another agonizing early exit. With Portugal and Uruguay also in their pool, anything less than qualification would represent a historic embarrassment. Tier 2 nations take center stage while the elite may enjoy a smoother path. The emotional core of the tournament is likely to come from the Tier 2 nations. Hong Kong, China will make their Rugby World Cup debut in Australia, marking a significant milestone for rugby development in Asia. Zimbabwe and Spain also return to the global stage after long absences. Zimbabwe last featured in the inaugural tournaments but have not appeared since, while Spain's only previous World Cup outing came in 1999. Their return adds historical resonance to the competition and offers new narratives for fans to engage with. Chile, having debuted in 2023, continue their upward trajectory with a second appearance. Their journey serves as a case study in how sustained investment and clear development pathways can elevate emerging rugby nations. While the shortened pool stage may limit opportunities for giant killing moments, these teams will still provide some of the tournament's most memorable scenes, from emotional anthems to hard-earned tries against vastly more experienced opponents. Pool E offers rare unpredictability. If there is one pool capable of delivering genuine intrigue, it is Pool E. France are widely expected to top the group, but the battle for second place promises to be fiercely contested. Japan, Samoa, and the USA each possess the tools to challenge one another, creating a mini-league where fine margins could decide progression. Japan's tactical intelligence, Samoa's physicality, and the USA's athleticism present contrasting challenges, ensuring that qualification may remain undecided until the final round of fixtures in a tournament otherwise dominated by predictable outcomes. Pool E offers a welcome injection of uncertainty that a World Cup built for the long game. With just under 2 years remaining until the opening whistle, the shape of Rugby World Cup 2027 is already becoming clear. This will be a tournament designed for longevity rather than immediate spectacle, prioritizing sustainability, player welfare, and commercial certainty over early fireworks. The delayed trans-Tasman clash encapsulates that philosophy. Rather than opening with chaos, organizers have opted to let the tournament breathe, trusting that drama will emerge organically as the knockout rounds approach. Whether that approach enhances or diminishes the World Cup experience remains to be seen. What is certain is that when Australia and New Zealand finally collide in Perth, the anticipation will have had time to build, and the stakes, though delayed, may prove even greater.